Good afternoon from Gwangju, South Korea. This is Dustin with Walk and Talk in Korea. Today we're going to be exploring the shopping district directly next to 518 Road that is named after the massive protest and massacre that happened on this road by the Korean government in 1980, where they slaughtered thousands of college students for protesting against the dictatorship at the time. Contrary to most people might believe, Korea was still run by a really heavy hand all the way up until really the late 90s. They are obviously not that way now. So I'm going to flip the camera around and let's explore the shopping district here. There we go. Okay. Taking lots of feedback lately on these videos. I have upped the camera quality of the video recordings to 4K, 120 frames per second. Apparently all the walking and moving was causing there to be a lot of drag for people when they were watching the videos. So hopefully this changes that. Also trying to keep the videos under 30 minutes or around 30 minutes if possible. Lots of restaurants here. Lots and lots. Don't be scared to go into them, even if you don't speak English. Come on, we've got Papago and other translation apps that work incredible to translate everything on the menus. Most of them just are kiosk orders anyway, or tablet orders. Restaurants are normally on the second and third stories when you see them. So off to the right, I'm not going to go down this street because we're going to go the other direction. Lots of stores down here like Nike, Umbro, Shoepin, Spao, etc. We're going to be heading off this way for now. And I'll just kind of talk about what I see and what you can expect if you come to one of these larger shopping districts. This particular one is similar to what you might find in Seoul, kind of by City Hall, except this one's a third the size, maybe a quarter. That one's obviously massive, and also one of the best street food in Korea there, in my opinion. So we've walked past a Crocs store. Crocs are huge in Korea. Also, I want to show you these little stores, these gacha shops. If you've never seen one before, they're fairly interesting. People come in here and they'll get some coins and they'll just buy these little gachas. Various designs, you can kind of see what you might expect on any of the randomness that you would get. These are extremely popular, and this one even looks like there's a second story of gachas. You'll see these all over the place because they're super profitable. I mean, you just open one of these up and fill those machines every so often. Self-serve on most of those types of stores. This is the cell phone case store. MLB store. So this is if you, oddly enough, if you need bigger size clothing, this is the type of place you would come. Yeah, you never thought MLB was sexy, but they make it that way. Okay, these are also really cool. Crane game shops. These are all over. Give you a kind of a view of them. These aren't the type of cranes, by the way, that you can like play games with and like make them swing. And, you know, you see various videos on YouTube and Instagram where people find ways to win all the prizes. That's not really how it is here. So hopefully you can kind of see some of the various options that, I don't know if it's pointing too high or not. Cool, so there you go. That's what one of these stores looks like. I have yet to have any luck at one of these. I've played maybe, 20 times. So that means I've lost about 20,000 won playing these things, which isn't a lot. That's like 13 bucks. Just not good at them. I don't know. It takes a certain skill set to understand how those work. Claw games. Artbox. We're going to fly through this place. Artbox is an everything store, and if you're coming to Korea, get to here quickly because this place is awesome. We're gonna hit the downstairs on the way out because there's all sorts of neat stuff. Okay, I'll talk about stuff as we go through, but I can't, unlike my wife, spend an hour and a half in here looking at stuff. Just want to show you kind of the variety of things that you could expect in here. Candy, like you would never imagine candies. Candy, 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 candy. Chips, candy, gachas. Toys that you don't have to pay extra for gachas. School supplies, pens, pencils, markers. We've got bags, toys, books. Discount section. If you really need cheap stuff, come over to the outlet at these places, especially at Artbox. So cheap, whatever you need. And you know, a lot of people who travel to Korea, hopefully this music isn't that obnoxious to you guys, it's pretty loud. A lot of people who travel to Korea are coming here kind of temporarily, whether they're teachers or they're on a student visa or something else. They're only here for low end 2 or 3 months, high end a year, unless you're going to become permanent. So this is a great place to come and just get everything that you need without spending a fortune, just like Daiso. Okay, so this is all toys, but you can see more of the type of stuff you can expect to find. Trying to avoid people too. Markers and pens and pencils and so many pencils. Oh, let's see if they have one of those. These are really cute. This is a T-Money card that is a little character. So instead of the card itself, it's a character that hangs on your bag. My wife has a one of those also. CDs, apparently you can still buy those. Cell phone cases, computer supplies. So you can see every type of cell phone thing you could possibly need. Keyboards. Just an everything store here. And then you can see more over here. You know, I should have done this as a short. Oops. Oh well, pretend it's a short and maybe I'll do a short of that one later at some point. Okay, kind of continuing on. Try to keep this to 30 minutes, of course. ABC Mart is a shoe store. Calvin Klein is Calvin Klein. Nothing super special. Off Beauty. So this is a pretty cool place. I'll take a quick gander in here. Off Beauty is a cosmetic K-beauty supply store, but they're super discounted. You can see kind of like retail price versus on sale price. If you're looking to get into K-beauty on a budget, this is where I would probably come and check stuff out. And of course they have everything you can think of when it comes to K-beauty products. Perfumes and even incense, vitamins. That's not like K-beauty, but you know, maybe it is. I don't know if that's considered that. Again, with the loud music, to be expected in any store here in this shopping area. They see it as a way to garner some attention. I'm hoping the 120 frames per second mean that all these fast turns that I'm making aren't quite as motion sickening as they were before. If they are, I'll just adjust. Oh, this is one of my wife's favorite stores. Super discount on all sorts of stuff. Oh, these are popular, these little clickers lately. All sorts of different types. There's people do it. Just click them, they light up. Pretty neat. This is like piercing pagoda, I guess, in the States, but way more, like substantially more. You even have a whole section of non-pierced, like clip-ins. I won't spend a ton of time in here. It's a little bit loud. I think this is the clip-on section? It is. So like this whole wall, all clip-ons. And I've bought my wife some of these here, and she doesn't have pierced ears. But you can see there's all sorts of stuff. Headbands. I mean, and they're all very, very affordable. Let's just grab something on a randomness. Let's go with this little necklace here. Pretty little heart necklace. 7,900 won, so 8,000 won, call it. That's about $5. Pretty darn good deal, in my opinion. And we're out of here. Again, if this is really loud, I'm sorry. Every store that I go into is just going to be that way. Okay, this place is called Folder. It's a shoe store. Just kind of show you inside a little bit. Top 10. This is a big name brand store here, clothes-wise here in Korea. Not going to go in there. Not a big fan of going into clothes stores. This used to be a big kind of department store mall thing, but then one of their big, it's called M Playground, that used to be here, pulled out. They're not there anymore. Now it's just all gotchas. And then across the way, another crane game place. Olive Young, okay. Okay, let's do it. So Olive Young is the beauty, Cape Beauty, everything. 안녕하세요. Look into Olive Young if you are at all into K-beauty products. They have everything from face masks. Every product you could think of is here. when it comes to K-beauty. And this is 3 stories tall. So once again, we're gonna fly through this place. If there's something you're wanting to see, my suggestion is to pause and, you know, go backtrack a little bit. Maybe the 120 frames per second mean that you can do some really clever pausing without blurring. Okay, this one up here looks like it's all makeup. Yep, looking like makeup. There I am. Okay. Makeup. 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 Mirrors. Makeup to try. You can try everything here. Try it on. I know a lot of people before dates, they'll come here and they'll just like get on cologne, perfume. So Koreans really don't wear deodorant. It's a little side thing there, but I guess they don't need it as much because they don't produce the same amount of sweat and body odor that maybe a Caucasian male like myself might. So you can see even shaving, they don't have a huge shaving department, but it's still the biggest that you're gonna find is at an Olive Young. All of your general supplies, they brush their teeth like crazy here. 3, 4, 5 times a day. Every time they eat something, they'll brush their teeth. So pretty much every Korean you'll meet has just perfect teeth. A little different than other cultures that you see in Asia that maybe don't. Okay, hair care, and boom. We are out of here. I've had fun over in this area just trying various hair products. Cool. 3-story Olive Young. If you didn't know they exist, now you do. Every city in Korea has at least, I think, 100 of these. I think even this little shopping area we're in right now has 3 of them, I think. 2 or 3, just in this little shopping area. And they need them because you don't see a lot of people in here right now, but during the weekday, or weekend, whoosh, there's lines. And they just had a 70%, up to 70% off sale last week, I think. And we tried to go into Olive Young just to get, I don't remember what we tried to get, but there were shoulder to shoulder teenage girls. It was overwhelming. I had to, nay? Nay means yes, Anya means no. Okay, ABC Mart, another crane game place. ABC Mart is shoes. We're not gonna go down here on the right, but that's a bowling alley and arcade down there. So if you're looking to kill some time and you've got people who like arcades, that's a pretty cool place. They've got some like Oculus type games in there, which is neat, a little different than normal. An everything store there, kind of snacks and everything. Also, you'll see the top, remember, look at the second stories. That's where a lot of the restaurants are. Another crane game. Boom Vape Shop. Yeah, they do vape here. It's not like their main thing they do, but they do it. And we're not touring the entire shopping area today. Whatever 30 minutes gets us. Okay, over here on the left, this is really cool. We're just gonna take a quick walk into it. It's called Devil's Dice. So board game cafes are a big social thing here in Korea. It's one of the ways that they get out and do things together. So we'll just get a quick gander. 안녕하세요. So you can see, basically come in here. All of these games are available, right? And what you do is you just rent a room. But you can see they've got all sorts of cool games if you look in here. Everything you could think of if you've ever played. I think this one is this Exploding Kittens. I think that's Exploding Kittens, yeah. So like just every type of game, and we've come in here many times to play. And you just get one of these rooms up here or down here. The ones at the bottom have seats and tables. The ones at the top do not. So if you need a back support, get the bottom story ones. Cool, moving on. Oh, and you get all sorts of food and drinks as well. Beer. 안녕하세요. Okay, moving on. Hopefully you thought that was cool. All right, so lots of cell phone stores in this shopping area here, as you can see. Just multiple cell phone cases, designs, 2, 3 stories sometimes. Koreans see their cell phone case almost as a design accessory to their outfits. Okay, K-Star Pop Street, they really wanted this to become something here because J-Hope from BTS is from Gwangju, but unfortunately it never really took off, so there's not much really to see down that street. This looks like another Crane Game store on the right. Yep, that is. On to the left, you see a lot of these little alleyways with a ton more shops. If you're in Hyundai in Seoul, check those out. There's lots of cool little stores that are worth checking out. Okay, so on to the right, you're gonna see one of our first Norabongs, which is a karaoke basically. So it's a coin-op one. Lots of clothes stores. Okay, moving through this place here, we've got a Subway on the left. Okay, and I'm definitely skipping a lot, I apologize, but you just can't get this place in so fast. There's a laser tag arena in here. Haven't been to it, as well as another Norabong. Norabongs are everywhere here. That's another social activity that they'll do, is going out and singing karaoke together. If you want some really cool little bars or little off the beaten path restaurants, take rights on all these streets and you'll find those. Watch out for scooters, they'll take your butt out. Okay, look up too when I'm walking. See all the restaurants and other stores that are second, third stories. Obviously I'm not stopping and looking at all of them unless it's one that I think might be interesting for the video. Hope that song doesn't get any problems with YouTube. I don't really know how those rules work yet. There's Indian restaurant, Nepalese food up here. It's one of the only ones in Gwangju. It's okay. I would say it's a maybe 6 out of 10. I know that's not high, but it's as good as it gets here. Okay, sitting in the middle of the road. The food district is down there, the Asian Culture Food Center, and then also more clothes stores, a lot of vintage stores that direction. Brussels fries, this is kind of how they do their fries. They douse them with ingredients. Korea loves their sauces. You'd think the States like sauces. These guys go nuts. They'll put all this type of stuff on French fries and they'll just be overwhelmed with it. Not my thing, but I've tried it just to see, and it's not horrible. It's just not my thing. I'm the type of person who maybe just likes ketchup. These were a big thing for a while, these egg sandwiches. They were everywhere. Like you couldn't go down the street without one or two of them, but that fad is kind of worn out. This street's more of a nicer design. So if you're looking for nice work clothes maybe that weren't dressy, or if you're a teacher, you'll probably find a lot of like those types of clothes around here. A little bit more fashionable jewelry. Don't forget, alleyways are great for finding little treasures. Hey, you see the CGV up top, that stands for movie theater here. Again, lots of stores and restaurants down every alley. Don't be scared to just go. Worst case scenario, you don't find something. Best case, you do. Here's just what they think men should look like here. Typically very large, oversized cotton shirts. And you've probably seen a lot of the people walking around in these videos. Okay, this is kind of cool. This is just like a little jewelry store here. Oh, there's a really big, this is called French Page back there. It's a cafe. It really doesn't look like it's anything. I'll just show you real quick. You come down here and like, well, what's back here? This is, once again, I'll just give you an example of, just look. You'll be amazed what you find. Just things, little restaurants and stores. This is a whole, look at this thing. It's a 2-story cafe just sitting back here, along with bakery. I'm not going to go in there. It's not the purpose of this video, but just an example of take a right, take a left, see what you find. Okay, Kia Tigers, that's the local baseball team here in Korea. In Gwangju, it's probably about the size of a AAA minor league team as far as the stadium size and the ability of the players. Bought some stuff in here, like little hair things for my wife. Very cute, very affordable, 5,000-10,000 won, which is about $3.50 to $7 for those equivalent values I mentioned. Okay, there's an art hall here. Once again, just always take a look upstairs when you're traveling. It's not like it's just at the bottom. There's second, third, fourth stories of stores and cafes, game cafes, PC cafes, etc. Another one of those like accessory stores. Vape store. Looks like a fresh juice store, so you get one of these and they blend it up for you. Delicious perfume. You do have some of the big name things like Starbucks. Okay, a lot more that way, but we'll just, as you can see, a lot more stores that I'm just kind of cutting out, unfortunately, just due to time. Okay, moving on here. Okay, M Playground. We're gonna take a quick walk through this one. I wanna say quick, pretty quick. In Seoul, these are here and they're like 4 or 5 stories of clothing. And in my opinion, great values in here. Like these pants, 9,900 won, that's $7 or so. And I mean, just great values. And this is the modern styles that you see here. So you are not behind the times if you're shopping here. If anything, you are kind of cutting edge with what they think fashion should be without going into Gangnam, and Seoul. That's where the really fancy stuff is, almost like Paris. Just kind of walking through here, see some of these styles. Definitely not spending a ton of time in here, and this is one of the small M playgrounds. Like I said, there's some that are 3, 4 stories tall, plus basements. Next time you go to Seoul, if you go to Seoul, Hyungdae is where all of these, call it current fashion designs for super affordable, exist. So this would be worn like as an outer shirt, apparently. It's too thin to, you just see your skin underneath. Super lightweight, but they wear it, they wear something fashionable underneath and then something over the top. That's kind of the style here. And by no means am I stylish. I'm currently wearing a homemade tie-dye shirt, which I can at least say that I'm unique. All right, continuing down this street here. This is a very common snack you'll see. All right, we're gonna let this, I'm hoping to pass this guy with the cart. It's kind of loud, but he's continuing on. So we'll take a little slow down here and pretend we're looking into this store called WDP. It says Wonder Place. Sorry, that cart was just a little loud for me. You get things like sock stores. If you're in the Dongdaemun area, the socks are absurdly cheap. Here it looks like about 1,000 won for basic socks and up to 10,000 for 4 pairs. So about 2,500 won a pair of socks, which is just over $1. Not bad. Another, it's like random store here. Call it a pop-up. And all the stores blast music. It's just what they do. Unfortunately, they think that's how you get people to come in, is by blaring whatever song they want. Okay. Probably coming to the end of this video soon, just because I'll have to cross the street if I go any further. And the shopping centers do continue on. Getting out of the way of this guy. This is called, I think, the Batman store, maybe? Yeah, check this out. Watch out for the dumpster. It's like a Batman store. So like all their clothes in there have a theme associated, or they got Batman symbols all over them. Who knows if that's copyright approved? We'll say yeah, definitely. Oh, here's another Olive Young. So this video probably covered maybe 10% of this shopping area, maybe 20. Really didn't get into it too deep. There's just not enough time to do that in one of these little 30-minute videos. Another little crane game gotcha store. Another one. They just are everywhere here. And obviously things above it as well. Okay, yak is pharmacy here. So that to the right is a ya sound, and then k at the bottom, so yak. KT Plaza. KT is one of the big cell phone producers here, or cell phone providers as far as service. Okay, so that's it. Quick saying goodbye. Thank you very much for watching this awesome video. I just did another video, if you care to watch, of this place right here, which is the NC Wave. That is one of the more affordable department stores here in Korea. If you haven't checked out those other videos, check it out, and my Instagram. Have a great one. Bye-bye.